Y'all won't believe what is going on. Beyonce is pulling up another Run the World card right out of her sleeve, as she just endorsed Kamala Harris to be the next presidential candidate, insane as it might sound. And while everyone is surprised by her sudden decision to support Kamala Harris, people were more stunned by the words that came right out of her mouth. If we're being completely honest, the battleground for the presidential seat this year has been one of the most heated and unpredictable ones so far, although some would argue otherwise. Now, if we're being honest, when Biden and Trump first announced that they would both be contesting for the presidential seat, people were beyond bewildered. It was obvious most people were leaning toward Trump, not necessarily because they liked his administration, but rather because of Biden's health issues, among a host of other things. For most people, they felt like they were stuck between two evils, and they just had to pick the lesser evil.
You're a senator. I'm not going to answer the question.
Why would you answer that question?
The question is,
radical left.
Will you shut up, man?
Listen, who is on your list, Joe?
Who's
on your list?
Right. Gentlemen, I think we've ended this.
He's going to pack the court.
We're not going to give a list. We have ended this segment. We're going to move on to the second segment.
That was really a productive segment, wasn't it?
Fast forward to a couple months back, and the world was left reeling in shock right after Biden stepped out of the presidential race while showing public support for Kamala Harris. No one saw that one coming. Whereas the polls on election-related matters sounded monotonous and boring before, more people were sharing their opinions on who they believed should become the next best president of the states. Among them were some of the most unexpected celebrities, such as Janet Jackson, who was bashed on social media after claiming that Kamala Harris isn't a black woman, although it's literally an open secret that her elder brother and manager is a big-time Trump supporter. So, could all this celebrity star power really turn the tide for Kamala Harris? With an entourage of A-listers, it's sure like it could. The influence of celebrities has always been a wild card in American politics. Just look at the numbers. A recent YouGov poll found that 11% of Americans say a celebrity endorsement has actually made them rethink their stance on an issue. Meanwhile, 7% have backed a political candidate purely because a celeb vouched for them. That's not exactly a majority, but in a tight race, every single vote counts. And let's talk specifics. The Avengers themselves got in on the action. Yes, the Hulk, Captain America, Black Widow, and Iron Man are all backing Ms. Harris. Mark Ruffalo, who plays Hulk, rallied his fellow superheroes in a video post, urging people to assemble for democracy. His passionate message? Voting this year is like the end game of American democracy. Pretty dramatic, but that's the Ruffalo style. Of course, Taylor Swift added her voice to the mix, casually snapping a pic with her cat Benjamin Button while throwing shade at Trump's running mate J.D. Vance for his childless cat lady comment. Swift's influence over her massive social media following, 283 million strong, has conservatives buzzing about how much pull she really has. Trump even hinted that Swift might pay a price for speaking out, but she doesn't seem fazed. Taylor Swift's tweet during the last election really made a difference, even if it was just by a few thousand votes in places like Georgia. That's probably why Trump said the election was rigged. It's not fair to say Swift was supporting anyone, but if she did post again, it could really hurt the conservatives. But is this even true? Sure, it's not the first time people have made up wild stories about elections, but usually they're just trying to make their opponents look bad, like when Trump said Biden was cheating by rigging the elections and stealing ballot boxes, but this time they're targeting Swift and her supporters. This just shows how much power Taylor really has. Even though Trump acts like he's not worried about anything, he's actually annoyed by someone who's been getting on his nerves for a while, and that someone is Taylor Swift. Trump knows how important it is to have someone like Swift on his team because he knows she'd support Taylor no matter what, so he's been trying really hard to get her on his side. After Taylor became a billionaire, Trump said he couldn't imagine Taylor being disloyal to him in the 2024 election because he signed the Music Modernization Act, which made her a ton of money in the past year. Then there's Arnold Schwarzenegger, an unexpected supporter given his Republican roots. In a lengthy post, he confessed he's tired of the current political mess and feels the need to support a leader who can move the country forward. With classic Schwarzenegger bluntness, he slammed Trump's disregard for the 2020 election results, calling it un-American. For him, it's clear, we need to close the door on this chapter, he declared. And we can't forget J-Lo, Madonna, and Beyonce, who've all spoken passionately in Harris's favor. Jennifer Lopez got vocal at a rally defending Puerto Rico from offensive comments. Madonna returned from Paris just to cast her vote. And Beyonce? She's urging people to sing a new song, one where unity and freedom take center stage. When Beyonce says, "I'm not here as a celebrity, I'm not here as a politician, I'm here as a mother," you know it's about to get real. This isn't just a superstar endorsement. It's a personal mission for Queen Bey, who took the stage at Kamala Harris's campaign rally in her hometown of Houston. The singer was there with a heartfelt message for every voter. This election is about the future of our children, our freedoms, and our unity. Houston was buzzing with excitement as Beyonce, joined by her Destiny's Child bandmate Kelly Rowland, showed up to rally the crowd. She brought her characteristic grace but kept things all business, stressing the importance of voting for the next generation. Imagine our daughters growing up seeing what's possible with no ceilings, no limitations, she urged. And let's be honest, when Beyonce speaks, people listen.
Imagine our daughters growing up seeing what's possible with no ceilings, no limitations.
At the end of her speech, Bey welcomed Harris on stage with her signature Texas flair. "Ladies and gentlemen, please give a big, loud Texas welcome to the next President of the United States, Vice President Kamala Harris." No performance, no fanfare, just a powerful message from one of the world's biggest stars using her influence to make a difference. Fans still remember her iconic 2016 performance for Hillary Clinton's campaign, but this time, it's clear Beyonce isn't here for the show. She's here to advocate for a world where her daughters, and all daughters, have the freedom to thrive. In a symbolic move, Kamala Harris's campaign has adopted Beyonce's 2016 anthem, Freedom, as its theme song. This track, a standout from the Lemonade album, isn't just any song. It's an anthem of resilience, rooted in the struggles and triumphs of Black history. In fact, Beyonce's family is all in. Her mother, Tina Knowles, publicly endorsed Harris earlier this year, proudly backing the candidate as a symbol of hope for the nation. Houston residents couldn't have asked for a more emotional moment as Beyonce delivered a speech that tapped into the deep struggles faced by women and families across Texas. Since the state's abortion ban, Texas has seen disturbing increases in maternal mortality and infant deaths from birth defects, an outcome that advocates like Harris and Beyonce are fighting to address. And Beyonce wasn't the only megastar lending her voice. This election has seen an unprecedented wave of celebrity support for Harris, with endorsements from Taylor Swift, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Jennifer Lopez, and the Avengers themselves. That's right, Mark Ruffalo, Scarlett Johansson, Chris Evans, and Robert Downey Jr. all threw their support behind the candidate, rallying fans with their hashtag #AssembleForDemocracy posts. Ruffalo didn't hold back, calling this election the endgame for democracy. With such a superstar lineup backing her, Harris's campaign has become the ultimate Hollywood meets politics moment. Meanwhile, Arnold Schwarzenegger made headlines by breaking from his Republican roots to endorse Harris, calling out Trump's refusal to accept the 2020 election results. The former California governor didn't mince words. "We need to close the door on this chapter of American history," he declared. It's a surprising move, but one that's resonating with voters tired of the status quo. Jennifer Lopez also took the stage at a rally, passionately defending her Puerto Rican heritage and slamming Trump's offensive comments about Puerto Rico. Madonna even cut short her trip to Paris to return home and vote, while Queen Bey's appearance in Houston was nothing short of a hometown victory lap. Still, with Beyonce leading the charge, the Harris campaign has tapped into a wave of energy that feels fresh, bold, and undeniably powerful. And as Bey herself put it, this is a moment for everyone to sing a new song. It's about creating a future where everyone has a voice, and if anyone can make you believe in that vision, it's Beyonce. So will the Queen's influence sway the vote? Only time will tell, but one thing's certain. This election season, the stars are shining bright for Kamala Harris. So as November begins, one thing's certain. Whether these endorsements will sway voters remains to be seen, but they're definitely making it the most star-studded showdowns in political history. That's all on today's video. If you liked this video, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button for more access to premium gossip like this. Also, click the notification button below for instant notifications on Diddy's upcoming case and more. Have a great day, and thank you all so much for watching this video.